numeric type conversion in Python is a very interesting thing. So what we can do is that, let's say I have an integer number, I have a variable, let's say, let me simply write it down so uh, you would understand it better. So let's say I have declared a variable and the variable is a, and I am storing an integer value in it, let's say 20. As I don't have any fractional number here, so that means it is an integer number. All right. So, yeah, obviously you can check the type as well by using type function a, and if I simply run it, you see that it's also telling me this is an integer data type, integer value. All right. So let's say I want to convert this integer value into a float value, and obviously I can do that. So let's say I'm declaring another variable, let's say this time the variable name is b, and I want to store this value 20 in this variable b, but in this time I don't want to store any integer type, I want to store the float type. So what I can do, I can simply use this float, and I have to pass the variable or the value which I want to convert into float. So this time I can simply pass the variable a. So a has value 20, but when I am specifying that it would convert the value of a from integer to float, it would change the value to float. And if I want to print now, you see, sorry, you see that it's adding an extra 0 and also adding a radix point. It specifies that this is a float number. Now if you are still confused, then obviously you can use the type function to check whether this is actually a float or not. You see that this is a float. And I can do the same thing for the complex as well. So let's say c equal to complex, let's say a, I want to convert the value of a into a complex value. And now if I want to print it, you see that this automatically adds the imaginary part as the value, as the integer value, and it adds 0 into j. This means you see that I haven't mentioned any value for j. So as I haven't mentioned any value for j, but we know in complex number there must be I and j. I is the imaginary part, so it should replace j with 0 into j, because anything that is multiplied with 0 returns 0, right? So there isn't anything extra going on here. And obviously if you want to change the obviously if you want to check the type, you can do that like this, and you see this is a complex value. Now I can simply comment it out, and let's see whether we can do anything more interesting. So let's say I have a variable, let's say x, and x contains a float value, let's say 25.123. all right. Obviously if I simply print it, you would see the value is getting printed. Cool. Now let's say I want to store only the integer part of x into y. So obviously I can use the type conversion. So I want to convert something into integer. Now in this variable or in this bracket, I have to provide exactly which thing I want to convert into integer, right? So I can simply pass the value x. So this implies get the value of x. For this line it should be 25.123, and convert that value to integer. And after converting, what will happen, it will simply remove all the value after the radix point, with the radix point, and it would keep only the full integer part. So y would have only 25 in it. Let's check it out. If I simply use the print function and I want to print it, now obviously you see y has only 25, not 25.123. all right. Another interesting thing, let's say you don't want to create separate variables, but you want to check the type conversion thing. how you can do that. Pretty simple actually. Let me show you right now. So let's say I have declared a variable z, and currently this z variable doesn't have any value in it, right? So let's say I want to store any integer value, but I don't know whether the user is providing me an integer value or float value. So this might be pretty much confusing. So in that aspect, what I can do, I can add the type conversion directly here. All right. So if the user gives an integer value, it would be it would store that value flawlessly. There won't be any problem. Let me show you like this. But if the user gives any fractional value directly, it would also convert the entire value into an integer and only store that integer value into z. So if I simply run it, sorry, it's generating a temp code on our file. It's not the problem of the code actually. So you see that it's doing its job. And the same thing can be applied to the complex value as well. So this is it. This is a very simple introduction to numerical data types type conversion. I hope you have learned something at least.